Hello everyone. Last time we have explained about the morphology and ultrastructure of Golgi complex. Today we will explain the functions of Golgi complex. The first function, Golgi and cell secretion. There are definite evidences or proof which suggest relationship between the Golgi complex and the cell secretion, which was postulated by Kajal in 1914. The very fact that the Golgi complex are very well developed in all the cells exhibiting high secretory activity clearly suggests that they play main role in the formation of secretion granules. Secretion granules means there are number of secretory products which are synthesized by the Golgi complex and which are uh, discharged or released from the body of Golgi complex to the outside in the form of secretory granules or the secretory vesicles enclosing different type of products or the enzymes or the proteins or the lipids or even polysaccharides. So number of products which are either produced or synthesized by Golgi complex itself or might be transferred from the endoplasmic reticulum into the Golgi complex but are released to the exterior from the Golgi complex in the form of secretory granules. And what is important, the Golgi are very well developed. The Golgi bodies are very well developed in the cells, in all type of cells which are involved in the uh, higher rate of activities or high secretory activity, suggesting that they play main role in the formation of secretion granule or synthesis of variety of products. So the Golgi and cell secretion. So there are definite evidences which suggest the relationship between the Golgi and the cell secretion, which was postulated by Kajal in 1914, and the very fact that the Golgi are very well developed, the Golgi bodies are very well developed in all cells exhibiting or showing the high secretory activity or higher rate of secretory activity or the synthesis of the different products clearly suggests that they play important role in the formation of secretion granules. Many electron microscope studies show that during vitellogenesis in oocytes, yolk products first become visible in the cisternae of the Golgi complex. Many electron microscope studies shown that during the vitellogenesis means synthesis of yolk in the eggs or in the oocytes, the yolk products are first found or visible in the cisternae or the flattened sacs of the Golgi complex, indicating that are either derived in the Golgi complex or might be stored in the Golgi complex. However, in these studies, it is not clear. However, in these studies, it is not clear whether the yolk, maybe fatty yolk or the protein yolk, actually synthesized in the Golgi complex or only packs them or only stores them. In certain oocytes, the Golgi complex appears to give rise to critical granules. In certain oocytes, the Golgi complex appears to give rise to critical granules. In some cells, formed products in some cells, formed products appear in the expanded end of the Golgi lamellae or Golgi cisternae. In some cells, formed products appear or stored in the expanded or dilated end of the Golgi cisternae or lamellae. In other secretory products, secretory products completely fill the cisternae. In some cells, it is found that these secretory products are completely filled up in the cavity of the cisternae. The secretory products within the Golgi lamellae are very similar to the contents of the secretory granules near the Golgi complex. The secretory products within the Golgi lamellae are very similar to the contents of the secretory granules near the Golgi complex. In some cases, the ends of the Golgi cisternae may be pinched off to form a small secretory granules. In some cases, the ends of the Golgi cisternae may be pinched off or budded off to form the small secretory granules. So, this is what the relation or a relationship between the Golgi bodies and the cell secretions, indicating that the Golgi bodies are well developed in all cells which are showing higher secretory activities or a higher rate of synthesis of different type of enzymes or different type of products, may be proteins, lipids or the carbohydrates which are synthesized in the Golgi bodies or might be transferred from the ER into the Golgi bodies. So, it is not that clear that all the components which are stored or packed in the cisternae or vesicles of the Golgi bodies are synthesized in them, but can be transferred from the ER also. Then there are evidences which also indicate that the many products during, for example, during vitellogenesis, the oocytes, uh, vitellogenesis in the oocytes representing many yolk products stored into the vesicles or the cisternae or the ends of the cisternae of the Golgi complex, indicating that these lipids or the yolk products which are supposed to synthesized in the Golgi bodies. So, in some cases, the ends of the Golgi cisternae may be pinched off to form the small secretory vesicles containing different products which are secretory products which are produced or synthesized in the Golgi complex. Then these may fuse these Golgi vesicles or the granules, these secretory granules or the Golgi vesicles, then fuse to form a large granules. These small vesicles or the small secretory granules fuse to form large granules. In other cases, the individual cisternae, in other cases or in other examples or cells, the individual cisternae on the mature phase or to the exterior or to the outer surface may be completely filled with secretory products and then become rounded up to form secretory granules. So, in some cells or in other cells, in some cases the smaller secretory granules fuse to form large secretory granules. In other cases, it is observed that the cisternae on the maturing phase or the mature phase may be completely filled with secretory products and then become rounded off to form a large secretory granules. New cisternae would then apparently be formed. New cisternae would then apparently be formed on the forming phase, and it is possible that the ER endoplasmic reticulum may become a Golgi lamellae by a loss of ribosome. So, it is also possible. It is also possible that the ER membranes or the ER lamellae may become Golgi lamellae by the loss of ribosomes of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, because along the inner surface close to the nuclear membrane, the rough endoplasmic reticulum possessing dotted spots or the granules of the ribosomes on the surface, then follows a smooth ER without ribosomes, and then comes transition vesicles or sacules or the tubules of the endoplasmic reticulum, which then supposed to combine to form a cisternae or the lamellae membranes of the Golgi bodies. So, new cisternae would be apparently formed on the forming phase from the or close to the ER membrane, or just next to the ER, smooth ER, there is a forming phase or the cis phase of the Golgi complex, where the new cisternae or lamellae are formed uh, along the forming phase of the Golgi complex, and it is possible that the ER or endoplasmic reticulum may become a Golgi lamellae by the loss of ribosomes. Then second function, that is a role in a protein secretion. Role in a protein secretion. In pancreatic exocrine cells, in a pancreatic acini or exocrine cells, the distribution of secretory proteins or digestive enzymes has been investigated by Sequidez and Pallade in 1962. So that was Sequidez and Pallade in 1962 who investigated the secretory proteins or the digestive enzymes from the pancreatic exocrine cells. Proteins are formed on the ribosomes attached to the ER. They investigated proteins are formed on the ribosomes. Proteins are formed on the ribosomes attached to the endoplasmic reticulum, and these nascent proteins are then transferred into the ER. So whatever the proteins synthesized on the ribosomes on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum, which are then stored or packed or transferred into the cavity or the lumen of the same rough endoplasmic reticulum. From here, they go to the Golgi complex. So the proteins, whatever are synthesized on the surface of rough endoplasmic reticulum, which are then packed or stored into the lumen of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, from where this can be transferred into the cavities or lumen of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and then are transferred towards the periphery into the Golgi complex or the cisternae of the Golgi complex. So the proteins which are formed on the ribosomes attached to the ER, then these proteins or synthesized proteins, ribosome synthesizing proteins, are then transferred into the ER. From here, they go to the Golgi complex, and there is a morphological evidence. There is a morphological evidence that the ER may budded up, the endoplasmic reticulum may burst up the vesicles which travel towards the Golgi complex. There are morphological evidences of the endoplasmic reticulum may burst up the vesicles containing these proteins discharged or budded up from the ER, that might be from the rough ER or smooth ER, and then transferred to the Golgi complex, which then travels to the Golgi complex. The vesicle may then fuse with the membrane of the Golgi cisternae. These vesicles can fuse to form the Golgi cisternae, and ultimately the products produced in the ER or rough or smooth ER can be transferred directly towards the cisternae or into the cisternae of the Golgi complex. So this is possible. So vesicles which are derived from the ER can again join or fuse to form the lamellae of the Golgi cisternae. So ultimately containing the contents of the ER into the Golgi bodies or Golgi complex. So this vesicle may then fuse with the membrane of the Golgi cisternae and release their content into the Golgi complex. In the Golgi complex, the proteins are concentrated. In the Golgi complex, the proteins are concentrated and transformed into the zymogen granules. The zymogen of the granules consists of enzyme precursor of the pancreatic juice. The membrane of the Golgi vacuole becomes the limiting membrane of the zymogen granules. So the zymogen granules containing a variety of proteins the zymogen granules containing variety of proteins or the enzymes which are stored into the Golgi cisternae, and these zymogen granules consisting of enzyme precursor or the proteins as an enzyme precursor of the pancreatic juice. The membrane of the Golgi vacuole become the limiting membrane. The membrane of the Golgi vacuole become the limiting membrane of the zymogen granules. So zymogen granules are thus formed. Zymogen granules are thus formed by the budding of the lamellae or the cisternae of the Golgi complex to form a zymogen granules and enclosing the proteins which are concentrated and transformed into the zymogen granules. So the role of Golgi complex this is the role of Golgi complex in the protein secretion. So proteins whatever are formed in the endoplasmic reticulum that are transported via vesicles of the endoplasmic reticulum into the Golgi cisternae, from where these are again forming the vacuoles containing these proteins. Means the Golgi complex is also responsible for the getting or picking up or receiving variety of proteins or enzymes from the ER and may be stored in the Golgi cisternae or may be transformed into the vacuoles containing zymogen granules and thus serves for the secretion of proteins also. The zymogen granules released from the Golgi complex, zymogen granules released from the Golgi complex then migrate to the surface of the cell. The zymogen granules released from the Golgi complex then migrate to the surface of the cell. Here, the limiting membrane of the zymogen granules fuses with the plasma membrane and thus discharging the contents of the zymogen granule, that is proteins or enzymes which are occurring in the zymogen granules that are simply exocytosed or discharged to the outside from the plasma membrane. This process is a form of reverse pinocytosis. This process, here the limiting membranes of the zymogen granules fuses with the plasma lemma and thus discharging its contents, and this process is a form of reverse pinocytosis. This process is a form or type of reversed pinocytosis. Pinocytosis, that is, or endocytosis or the pinocytosis, means the intake of liquid contents or the fluid contents containing variety of biochemicals through the plasma membrane into the cytoplasm of the cell, called as endocytosis or the cell drinking or endocytosis. So this is a process of reversed pinocytosis, discharging number of enzymes or the proteins via zymogen granules or the vacuoles derived from the Golgi complex to the periphery of the cytoplasm, from where these are exocytosed or released to the outside through the plasma membrane or discharged to the outside from the plasma membrane, representing a type of reversed pinocytosis. Thus, it is apparent that the Golgi complex acts as a condensation for the proteins formed on the ribosomes. Thus, it is apparent or quite obvious that the Golgi complex acts as condensation or transport and discharge of the proteins which are formed on the ribosomes of the endoplasmic reticulum. The concentrated material is the packed for secretion. The concentrated material is the packed for the secretion. So whatever the components or the substances transported or synthesized through the Golgi complex are then transformed into the vesicles or the granules or the vacuoles containing these secretory products, indicating that the concentrated materials may be synthesized in the Golgi bodies, may be derived from the endoplasmic reticulum, but are concentrated in the cisternae of the Golgi complex, from where these are then packed for the secretion or their discharge by means of the either pinocytic vesicles or the granules or the vacuoles uh, from the Golgi complexes. The concentrated materials are then packed or stored in the cisternae of the Golgi complex, and which are then discharged via the vesicles or the vacuoles, which are derived from the cisternae of the Golgi complex. Then third function, synthesis of carbohydrates. Golgi also synthesizes the carbohydrates. In plant cells, it has been demonstrated to produce pectic material, which are enclosed in the vesicles, moves to the cell wall region. In plant cells, it is demonstrated that the Golgi complex produce pectic material. Pectic material, that is the material which is useful or essential for the formation of cell wall. So that will be transformed, that will be transferred from the Golgi bodies to the periphery of the cells or towards the plasma membrane, from where it is then discharged to the outside so as to form cell wall just outside to the cell membrane or the plasma membrane of the plant cells. So in plant cells, it has been demonstrated to produce pectic materials which are enclosed in the vesicles of the Golgi, which then move to the cell wall region. Here vesicle membrane fuses with the plasma membrane, and the vesicle contents accumulate between the cell wall and the plasma membrane, indicating that the carbohydrates or the pectic material of the cell wall are secreted by the Golgi complex via the vesicles of the Golgi complex, which then discharged from the Golgi complex, then will fuse with the plasma membrane and releasing its content just outside the plasma membrane to form a cell wall. Here vesicle membrane fuses with plasma membrane and the vesicle contents accumulate between the cell wall and the plasma membrane. Similar observations have been made in the formation of new cell plate at the time of cell division in the plants. Abundant dictyosomes cut off vesicles which move to the cell plate region and fuse together, releasing constituents of a new cell plate. So the Golgi bodies are involved, the Golgi bodies are involved in the synthesis of carbohydrates which are essential for the formation of cell wall. Then it also performs the function of cell plate formation. It also performs the function of formation of cell plate at the time of cell division in the plants, and abundant number of dictyosomes or the Golgi complexes forming vesicles which moves to the cell plate region and fuse together to form the constituents or the components of the new cell plate during the cell division in the plant cells. Then next function, fourth, that is enzymes and acids. Enzymes and acids have often been demonstrated to be active in dictyosomes. Enzymes and acids have been demonstrated to be active in a Golgi complex. The most characteristic enzymes associated with Golgi complex are those linking sugars with the proteins to form the glycoproteins. For example, mucopolysaccharides used by Hydra for attaching its base to the substratum. So the glycoproteins such as mucopolysaccharides, which are used in a Hydra for the attachment of its base to the substratum, are derived from the Golgi bodies. So enzymes and acid have often been demonstrated to be active in a dictyosome or the Golgi bodies, and in most characteristic enzymes which are associated with the Golgi membrane are those linking sugars with the proteins to form the glycoproteins. So many enzymes which are essential or the enzymes, those are essential for the formation of glycoproteins, that is linking of sugar and the proteins to form glycoproteins, are provided or synthesized or packed or stored or synthesized or transported by the Golgi membranes. So enzyme and the acids have been demonstrated to be active in the dictyosome and which are useful for the synthesis of the glycoproteins. So linking of the sugars and the proteins to form glycoproteins in presence of different enzymes which are packed or provided by the Golgi complex to the uh, certain cells or the certain organisms like Hydra, where the mucopolysaccharides used by the Hydra for attaching its base to the substratum. So the many enzymes or the acids which are useful for the synthesis of the glycoproteins, that is linking of sugars and the proteins to form the complex carbohydrates or glycoproteins, may be in the form of mucopolysaccharides, for example in a Hydra, which are useful for its attachment to the substratum. Neutra and Leblanc carried out autoradiographic studies to show the Golgi produces pectic substances, and they propose the following for polysaccharide synthesis. So that was Neutra and Leblanc who carried out the autoradiographic studies to show the Golgi bodies produces pectic substances and proposed for the polysaccharide synthesis, and they proposed the following points for the polysaccharide synthesis. Precursors enter the goblet cells from the capillaries of the vascular system. Precursors for the goblet cells or mucus secreting cells, precursors enter the goblet cells from the capillaries of the vascular system. Then amino acids are synthesized into proteins on the ribosomes of the ER. The amino acids are synthesized into the proteins. The amino acids are transformed into the proteins on the surface of ER by means of ribosomes. So amino acids are synthesized into the proteins or transformed into the proteins on the ribosomes or by the ribosomes on the endoplasmic reticulum. The proteins are then transferred into the cisternae of the Golgi complex. The proteins which are produced on the ribosomes of the ER are then transferred into the cisternae of the Golgi complex. The simple sugar molecules go directly from the bloodstream to the Golgi complex cisternae, where they are complexed with a protein to form glycoprotein. So the cisternae of the Golgi complex are thus responsible for the transport of the proteins synthesized in the ER. Then it is also responsible for the formation of glycoproteins. So whenever the blood carrying the sugars which are directly entering into the Golgi complex, where this can be transformed into the glycoproteins into the cisternae of the Golgi complex. So the simple sugars go directly from the bloodstream into the Golgi complex cisternae, where they are complexed or transformed into the glycoproteins which are uh, binding with the proteins present in the Golgi cisternae. The glycoprotein is then sulfated. The glycoproteins are then sulfated in the Golgi complex to form a mucigen or the mucus component of the mucus protein, that is mucigen, which is present in the mucus of the goblet cells. The distal cisternae becomes rounded off and are transformed into the mucigen granules. The mucigen granules are progressively displaced towards the apex of the cell, and during this process, the mucigen undergoes further modification. The mucigen granules are secreted into the intestine by exocytosis, during which the vesicle membrane fuses with the plasma membrane. So it is clear that the cells of the intestinal epithelium, the cells of the intestinal epithelium containing goblet cells or the mucus forming cells having Golgi complexes or the Golgi bodies which are involved in the synthesis of mucigen, a complex protein, a component of the mucus, a complex protein in the form of mucigen forming the mucus or the component of the mucus, but are derived from the cisternae of the Golgi bodies, of the goblet cells, of the intestinal epithelium, and releasing the mucigen or the mucus into the lumen of intestine from the uh, goblet cells or the mucus gland cells of the intestinal epithelium. So the Golgi bodies of the mucus forming cells or the mucus gland cells or the goblet cells which are secreting mucus. So secretory product, that is mucus containing mucigen protein, that is derived from the Golgi complex of the goblet cells or the glandular cells of the intestinal epithelium, and which are then released, these mucigens are then released in the form of mucus as a product of exocytosis of the intestinal epithelium, or the mucigen granules are secreted into the intestine by exocytosis during the synthesis or during the release of the vesicle membrane, during the vesicle membrane when fused with the plasma membrane of the intestinal cells. So intestinal epithelium containing goblet cells or the mucous gland cells containing Golgi bodies getting involved in the synthesis of the mucigen, that is a protein present in the mucus, and is exocytosed or released into the intestine by the mucigen granules of the mucous gland cells, but are derived from the Golgi complexes of the mucous gland cells or the goblet cells. Then next function, it takes an active part in the incorporation of the substances from the environment. It takes Golgi bodies taking active part or getting involved actively in the incorporation of the substances from the environment. Then another function of the Golgi bodies, important function of the Golgi bodies, that is formation of acrosome during spermatogenesis. Formation of acrosome during spermatogenesis. So during the maturation of the sperm, during the maturation of the sperm or the male gamete, from spermatid to the sperm, the Golgi plays a role in the formation of acrosome or the acrosomal cap in the head region of the sperm, which is very important for the penetration of the sperm into the egg during the process of fertilization. So in early stages, Golgi appears in early stages of spermiogenesis, or the process of spermatogenesis involves the maturation of the sperm, that is the metamorphosis of the sperm from spermatid to the sperm. Golgi appears as a spherical body comprising cisternae or arranged in a parallel stack and numerous small vesicles. These are always pinched off from the Golgi cisternae to release into the vesicles, Golgi vesicles, which are then useful for the formation of the acrosomal cap in the sperm. These are always pinched off. The Golgi vesicles, small vesicles, are pinched off from the parallel stack of cisternae of the Golgi bodies of the sperm cell or the spermatid. So these are always pinched off from the cisternae. As development proceeds, the Golgi becomes irregular. The Golgi bodies becomes irregular in shape, and large vacuoles are formed by the dilation of the cisternae sacs. The large vacuoles acquires dense granule and the proacrosomal granules, then which elongates with the elongation of the spermatid. The acrosomal vesicle spreads over the nucleus to form the acrosomal cap material. The acrosomal granule, the acrosomal cap or the acrosomal granule becomes the acrosome, which lies at the apex of the nucleus and apparently comprises certain enzymes involved in the process of fertilization. In short, the Golgi complex, in short, the Golgi complex provides the acrosomal enzymes, some hydrolytic enzymes, some proteolytic enzymes, so as to dissolve the egg cell while penetration of the sperm at the time of fertilization of the egg by the sperm. So formation of the acrosome during the spermatogenesis, that is the spermiogenesis, that is the metamorphosis of the spermatid, round male gamete spermatid, to the active movable sperm or a tadpole like movable sperm, active sperm, that is a transformation of spermatid to the sperm is called as a spermiogenesis. So during the process of spermiogenesis, the Golgi bodies of the spermatid getting transformed into the secretory granules or the secretory vesicles containing different enzymes which are provided or supplied by the Golgi bodies by means of the vesicles containing different enzymes or the vacuoles containing different enzymes which are derived from the Golgi cisternae and are transformed into the acrosomal cap material in the head region just above the nucleus of the sperm. So in the acrosomal granule become the acrosome, which lies at the apex of the nucleus and apparently comprises certain enzymes involved in the process of fertilization. So acrosome formation in the sperm is only due to the Golgi bodies present in the spermatid. So during the transformation of the spermatid to the sperm, the Golgi bodies provides its contents or the enzymes, certain enzymes, through the formation of vacuoles or the vesicles containing these enzymes into the acrosomal cap in the head region just above the nucleus of the sperm. So these are the stages, of formation of acrosome from Golgi complex in the sperm. So in the initial phase we can see the Golgi bodies which are present in the spermatid, the cell, first cell on the left hand side, on left side you see On left side you see the round cell representing spermatid, haploid male gamete. Haploid male gamete or the spermatid having nucleus, cytoplasm with Golgi bodies and the mitochondria and a membrane covering called as plasma membrane. So, the spermatid possessing Golgi bodies, these Golgi bodies then get developed in the cell or the spermatid. As the round cell is transformed into the active motile sperm, that is elongation of the sperm or the metamorphosis of the sperm from the spermatid to sperm. These are changes taking place in the spermatid. So there are several changes taking place in the process of spermiogenesis or the metamorphosis of the spermatid to the sperm. So during which the Golgi bodies also playing its role to provide the acrosomal material in the form of acrosomal vesicles. So these are the steps representing the formation of acrosomal vesicle from the Golgi bodies containing different enzymes. In a third figure you can see the acrosome vesicle become a acrosomal cap lies just above the nucleus of the elongating sperm. And in the final figure, in the last figure, you can see the structure of sperm representing the head with the acrosome cap with the elongated nucleus just below, then centrioles, mitochondrial spiral, then centrioles in the middle piece and the tail piece or the axial filament, which are the different structures developed in the sperm. But important is the acrosome or the cap of acrosome lies in the head region or the tip of the sperm. Tip of the sperm encloses acrosome. Tip of the sperm encloses the acrosome, which is derived from the Golgi bodies containing certain enzymes which are useful for the penetration of the sperm into the surface of egg or the egg cell during the process of fertilization. Then last function of the Golgi bodies, that is pigment formation. In many mammalian tumor and cancer cells, the Golgi complex has been described as the site of origin of pigment granules, that is melanin. The Golgi complex has also been associated with the pigment formation in a renal pigment epithelium of the chick embryo and in the test cell in the ovary of the tunicate and in the oocytes of the salamander. So these are the various examples where the Golgi bodies plays important role in the synthesis of pigments like pigment granules of the melanin and which are derived from the Golgi complex. So the examples of the pigment formation in many mammalian tumor and cancer cells, where the Golgi complex represents or the plays a role of the synthesis of pigment granules or the melanin granules from the Golgi bodies. So Golgi bodies plays important role in the synthesis of pigment granules in the mammalian tumor and cancer cells. Also, Golgi bodies also associated with the pigment formation in a renal pigment epithelium of chick embryo and also in the test cell tunic or the test cell in the ovary of the tunicate, and in the oocytes of the salamander. So these are the examples where the Golgi bodies plays important role in the pigment formation. So this is what about the functions of Golgi bodies. So this is for today. So with this we'll stop here, and next time we'll continue with the third cell organelle as a part of endomembrane system, that is lysosomes. Thank you.